It's a high in a way that can't really be matched by anything else. And I think that's why we all come back to this sport and keep doing what we do, even though it's crazy scary. There's nothing better than overcoming that fear and doing something you've wanted to do forever. Well, I'm Ryan McElmon. I'm a 22-year-old professional skier and downhill mountain biker from Park City, Utah. I grew up in Boston, Massachusetts, and ended up moving up to the West Coast about 8 years ago now to just kind of chase the dreams of being the action sports athlete that I always dreamed of being. And pretty crazy, like everything on Instagram and all that stuff, it's pretty much all just sunshine and rainbows, what you see on the outside for athletes like us. It just seems like, oh, you're traveling the world, skiing, biking, living this extreme sports dream, but it's the behind the scenes and all the work and the injuries and the time you put in the gym and all the grinding behind the scenes that really make that dream possible. Definitely some big sacrifices that came along with moving out. I mean, just even leaving all my family other than my mom and dad behind was really tough. Really leaving all my friends that I had grown up with my entire life. Like all my hockey buddies were basically bullying me. When I left Boston, they were like, I'm quitting hockey to go ski. They were like, wow, you're a loser. Even parents were bullying me, like, you're an idiot, you're gonna go be a ski bum when you have like a promising hockey career. Why would you do that? All these crazy things putting into an 11, 12-year-old's head. It was pretty nuts to deal with all that at first, and then comes along the punishment of the actual sport that we do, flying through the air 60 feet doesn't come without consequences. I was pretty fortunate until I was 15 years old, didn't really have much, had like a little broken thumb or simple little things here and there, but when I was 15 at Whistler, one of my first big competitions, caught this crazy rogue wind gust and just like hit this jump 10, 15 times over the course of the day already, and was successful every time. And then this one time got this wind gust. I remember being midair and I looked down and I couldn't see the ground because the wind ripped all the snow off the ground and just blew me. It was probably a 60-foot jump and I probably went 110 feet and just pretty much missed the landing. Like anywhere you're supposed to land, I wasn't even close. So at 15 years old, that first injury, 16 years old, blew my other knee, full tore my ACL, partial tear my meniscus. Really, the whole mental aspect comes in just confidence, and confidence kind of relies on your base of fundamentals. So really getting a strong base of fundamentals in anything is important, but especially in sports when there's actually a physical risk to it. So one of the first things they teach us is really how to hit the ground and try to survive a fall, because like I said, it's not if something's going to go wrong, it's when something's going to go wrong. Learning how to walk in ski boots is tough. That's going to probably be the first daunting thing. You put those ski boots on when you're in the rental shop and you're just clunking around in these big pieces of plastic. Your feet are going to be cold. Your feet are going to be really cold. Make sure you buckle your boots tight, but make sure you got no wrinkles in those socks. When you got wrinkles in your socks, they're going to cut the circulation off and your feet are going to freeze and it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to ruin your day. And also, get in the front of your boots. That's the number one thing that I see people having a hard time with, is they ski on their heels. A lot of people have ridden Heelys, those little shoes with the wheels in the back of them. A lot of people kind of ski like they're on Heelys, leaning back because they feel like they're going to go over the front. The exact opposite is what you want to do. You want to put all the weight through the front of your boots, and it's going to change your life. I told my mom that 2 years ago, and she is 100% a different skier since I told her that. So that's the best. Put those shins in the front of the boots and let the skis go a little bit quicker than you're comfortable with, and you're gonna be getting way better than all your friends way faster. So you can either keep it a secret or tell them, but you'll be beating them down the trail if you can do those two things perfectly. Find someone that knows what they're doing. Like find a friend or find an instructor and just get out there and try it. Don't be scared to go out and fall, because even all the best skiers in the world fall every day. Like if we're not falling, we're not trying. And we may fall less than you, but I promise we're all still hitting the ground, getting embarrassed and stuff. But getting embarrassed is part of it. Make sure you're having fun when you hit the ground. And don't forget that everyone was at your level at some point. Whether it was if we were 2 years old or 3 years old, we were still at that point. We just didn't realize. So No good skier that's actually a good skier is ever going to judge you for falling. It's going to sound corny, but it's really like, honestly, you're just on cloud nine. It's a pure flow state. If you've ever been in a flow state, anything where you kind of just black out and like you're having so much fun, and then you at the end of that activity you don't even realize, like you kind of forget. You have to really think back on like, whoa, like what did I just do? Because you were in such a flow state, you were almost blacked out, didn't even realize what you were doing because it was just coming so naturally. That's when you're skiing your best, and that's when you're biking your best, or really when anyone's doing anything at like the pinnacle and the peak of their ability. I think it's full flow state, and you kind of zone out and don't even realize what you're doing anymore. But that feeling is the best. It's just like pure bliss when you get to the bottom of a run and you just landed a trick you've been trying to do your entire life, or you've landed a run or a combo that you've wanted to do. Like those feelings right there are what action sports athletes live for. And there's really nothing better than when you land that trick or land that run and you get to the bottom and you're just overwhelmed with happiness and bliss. Like it's kind of like an outer world experience. I'm trying to go as far as we can here. We're just trying to just keep the dreams high, and sky's the limit. Hopefully, you never know with the ski industry and bike industry. I mean, this, especially with COVID recently, it's proven that really anything's possible. It just shows how crazy things can change on the fly for us. And trying to my best to be basically just the best skier I can be, and that's the best biker I can be, and that's about it. Really, you never know. It's always hard to set competition goals or like specific goals like that. I think it's just always trying to learn something every day you go out, step out of your comfort zone, and just be the best skier you can be, because every day that's going to be different. You know, if you go up one day and it's cloudy and you have this crazy goal to do some jump trick and you can't even see your feet, like obviously that's not going to happen, and then you're going to be disappointed in yourself. Maybe you do a turn better, or maybe you get a little bit better at skiing over your other shoulder going backwards, or maybe you do, I don't know, maybe you do a 360 off a smaller jump than you've ever done it. Just like trying to find little pleasures in your skiing and biking and all the sports that you do just keeps you striving to be better and better rather than setting crazy goals. So just trying to be the best skier I can possibly be and reach my maximum potential.